let me down. I want the level 2 ganks, level 3 ganks, just early fights all over the place.
Well, let's see if either Zanzara or Gez can make it work. I do want you to talk a little bit more about the Shyvana, because we have seen it twice before. This is the 3rd time in summer. It has
20 seconds, is almost down already. Very nice. Beautiful play by Vedius.
Really nicely done. Brock's exceptionally well explained as Dragon. And for SK starting that one early is a great start. Heroic Charge won't find the stun. Steadfast Presence will at least prevent some engage before Certus turns a lot of damage.
Just farming for level 6, waiting for the Herald to spawn. I think around Herald is where we're going to see the most magic, the most aggression happen in the game. But now we're already getting some trades in the top lane.
Oh, the Shapeshifters are battling. Irrelevance in trouble. Gen X Meganos slowly burning down. The burnout is, and so are the minions. Remember how many minions he had to fight into.
That was a lot of Shyvana damage too.
Oh, Gillius flashes for this one. Flame Breath, as well as the burnout. Turning, biting, get the chomps on. Gillius may have donated first blood to Zanzara. The Shyvana damage, Broxer.
You know, I like to try to find reasons, but looking for a bit of action in the mid lane. Bot lane just comes by to push out because the Herald is up. They know that.
Two-man knock-up. Treats is the one that's in trouble now. Neon remains untouched. Vito gets another for Misfits. The Herald is secured as well. Vito with a 2nd kill. And Certus forced to flash for his life. I mean, SK opted into that and got obliterated. On the Flame Breath is melting through Gen X's mini Gnaw.
It is a lot of damage, that's for sure. It's looking really strong. Now, of course,
Riftmaker. So I'm going to ask you, Broxer, what is the communication like in SK when they hit tab, they look at the lead that's not only been accrued in the gold, but look at the items. Both of those players are going to find another kill to accelerate ahead.
You know, I was about to answer your question.
As Neon's got himself the Kraken Slayer, which I think is great into Alistair, into Vi, into Gnar. The only mythic on the side of SK is in the bottom lane for Jezu. Now Sarah Certus forced to flash defensively. Mercer this time around is caught out. Will be able to flash to the blast cone and escape with his life. 3,000 gold is the advantage. Turret plates have fallen. Misfits are continuing the pressure. The point I wanted to get at was, if you look at the damage profile for SK, they really need Certus and Jezu to do well. That's really sort of your primary damage sources. You need Gnar and Vi to set them up, and Certus is low. He's pinned against the wall. His presence does not hold steadfast, but the verdict is die, die, die. 2 more for VTO, 1 more for Zanzara. 7-0 at 15, Broxer.
At this point, I'm just standing here thinking what it's like being a player in this scenario. You're in this game that has such huge implications on whether or not you're going to make it to playoffs. You see...
I think if they full send too often, that's where SK can look to punish. But again, the point I want to go back to, this draft has a lot at this mid lane. If you look at the items, that's thrift store shopping versus 2 fully completed items. And once again, a member of VTO, of Misfits, is under some pressure. 3 members of SK jumping forward, Broxer. They're going to find Irrelevant as well. Now, all of a sudden, here comes Neon and Zanzara. I mean, SK threw a lot. Do you give Vito to get a pentakill this game? Right? What are the chances?
So, I feel like if I don't put the percentages high enough, it's not really a cool prediction, right?
Okay.
It's kind of boring. So I'm gonna say 90% chance VTO gets a penta.
90% for a penta.
I'm going in, you know. Go hard or go home.
Cast a curse of note. Not gonna last.
I love how I say that, and the guy almost dies right away.
That is literally the power of the Shoutcaster Mike. Gen X gets taken out despite almost finding the kill onto VTO. But like, 4 of these teams are not making playoffs, and listen to that! Berlin, I love it. But that is exactly what these teams are playing for in SK. Gonna get jumped on once again, pinned into the wall. Keeper's verdict is up. Certus not gonna be able to escape for now. Treats by some time. Unbreakable Will is up. Dragons descend forward. Neon gets the first, gets the second, gets the tower. Shelly's not done. Charge, charge, charge. And they're gonna keep pushing. Does Shelly get a third? If Shelly gets a third, no! Taken out this time round by the Ultra Shock Laser. Gen X will throw the Gnar out. I think it was Flash. 204 games on record here for Certus. Of the 200...
Maybe they should actually thank me. Because I know how this cast the curse stuff works, and I clearly just cursed the opponents, gave them the free wins. I thought coming into the day SK would be the more dominant early game team. Doesn't look like it right now.
Hasn't been the case, and look at this, 23 minutes after Misfits' infatuation with Baron. They've started it, they've defended it, Gilius is pushed away, Vito has got what? 90% chances. Baron is secured there by Zanzara. Vito's looking for the second, will not be able to find, he's shut down. Taken out, percentage chance down to 80 is what I'll say. Irrelevant stepping forward with the burnout, nod into the wall. Yesterday, Misfits tried time and time again to secure the Baron against Rogue. It did not work out. Today, on the first attempt, very different.
To win these team fights. This is why you picked Vi to counter the Akali, to take him down, especially with his build. Because he's got a little bit of a greedy build, skipping the Sonya here.
He has Gilius, not going to be able to get that Dance Break or the Vault Breaker over the wall. Oh man, look, that was great. Zanzara stepped forward, cut off the path.
Oh, Trevor, the way he's playing is so beautiful. I'm really liking his Poppy. He's doing such a great job yesterday against Malorang, today against Gilius. And while, if you look at the split overall, Gilius might not have been the most impressive in the past weeks. It's been amazing. So the fact that Zanzara can show up big time against these two really strong junglers, it's just beautiful.
It really is. Searches is going to steal away Zanzara's ultimate. And I've been a Zanzara enjoyer. I think those words I'll use for a while. I will tell you something. He's phenomenal Poppy thus far. He's surprised both Rogue and SK thus far. We'll be able to do it again. We'll be able to do it on anything else. That's what we'll find out in the end of summer as you look ahead to playoffs.
I'm just standing here thinking, how on earth I predicted Misfits to lose this? Like, what on earth is going on? But here we go, there's a big team fight.
And Gilius is the one that's in trouble. We'll be able to get the cease and desist. Dragon Descent comes forward. That's one for Irrelevant. A bounce back for Genax. He steps forward, rooted in place, goes golden. While that's happening, Neon is running amok with the help of VTO. They manage to push back two. Churtis is dead, Genax to follow. Mercer gets in and breaks the kill streak. 1-0-11, 4-0-8, 7-1-5. As you say, stomp in every meaning of the word. Misfits have crushed SK to pick up their 7th win. A couple more hits will take down the Nexus end. Couple more hits will take down the Nexus end. This is just flexing on them. Misfits take down SK.
You know, while it didn't work out, I like what SK did there, because they knew if that last inhib dropped, the game would be over. They have to go for it. And the fight, even though they were at such a big disadvantage, actually was like semi-close to working.
I was definitely a little nervous for Misfits on the middle portion with once the CC came down. But ultimately, had they even lost that fight with 3 inhibs down, there would have been so much time to come back.
And I think while there's going to be some threat on him into Astralis' comp is set up for success this time.
Now, if comp is set up for success, I'm taking a quick look through Trimby's...
That is going to happen to him. And this is the downside of the level 2 ganks. Sure, you can look for a play. Sure, you burn the summoners. But now, it's going to haunt you for a while.
Oh, man. Dayon Xerxes jumping onto Malorang. He's in so much trouble. The Pillar of Filth gets thrown up in that OG skip. One last auto. And if any further punishment can happen, because the CS difference between Xerxes and Malorang is affording a minor 400 gold lead. Younghoon already stepping forward with that magical jet, just threatening some potential engagement and playing mind games here with Comp and Trimby. And Xerxes will just get spotted out, but here comes Larson. Weaver's Wall will be used. Younghoon is caught out. No flash, remember, from the early engage, and Rogue on the board. That was a great punish.
That's the Celia effect, Trevor. We see it right there. Having
Tower's not really under a huge amount of pressure, but with Herald secured...
You can see Astralis finally put themselves in a situation where Rogue's bot lane wasn't able to follow. Unfortunate part being that GP ult isn't up yet, so they can't really clear out the top wave.
Ooh,
nice bot ult by Younghoon.
Tempered Fate into the binding. Okay, that will secure the kill, but it is at the cost of a tower. Okay, so Astralis, 2 minutes to go before the next dragon. We've got Hex Gates up. I also love Hex Gates for teams that need to flank, because look at this! Odo Wamne is being completely surrounded. All the buttons are pressed. That Danger Man, Broxler, is now a dead man as Stars hunting.
And once again, I was considering to say ninth. You said it, sorry, BDS.
That's a standings joke. Standings joke there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love this. Sorry to interrupt. Live vote, Broxler, as we're about to set up for the next dragon. And 60% of the fans at home think Astralis are going to win this.
Yeah, and to be fair, I would say this game is definitely in Astralis' hands. They have the ball right now. They just need to shoot it into the net and score. And Rogue, without that much engage, is going to have a little bit of a tricky time finding this opportunity, but let's see how it goes.
That Weaver's wall will at least slow down any support. Dragon secured. That's number 2. Chachi will be jumped on. Odo finds the kill. It is at the expense of a Dragon. So stacking up those late game options. And again, the observers highlighting the vision. I really, really like that. Rogue not willing to... Rogue not afraid to push into it. And now Odo is in trouble. Don't step forward, don't step forward! Mini no! It's gonna get slapped by Brad. Kobe stepping forward, teleport's being channeled as well. Oh no, oh no! Cyclone will knock up Lawson. Flash forward from Xerxes. He goes golden with a stopwatch, and the Pillar of Filth will slow down Malrang. Lawson's next to fall. Teleport into death. Malrang and Trimbio now running for their lives. Com stepping forward. Moonlight Vigil is available. Magical journey into the Hex Gate. Dayor arrives to save and finish the day. He gets tagged up, chases forward, forces out the dash from Comp. He uses the Gale Force, and now all of a sudden, Astralis, they've set this out to Baron.
That's a 4-0, Trevor. The need to make the call that you give him up. He made a mistake, you let him die, but Rogue all came in to try to help their friend in the top lane, and as a result, almost all of them die. They lose the Baron, and Astralis are in... He wasn't even close to landing Malrang, but I'm sure it was his plan all along. We see... Is it happening again? He's
not again.
Basing. Can they stop it? They surely can. He doesn't have flash available.
It's happening again! Broxah literally crouched down like he was hunting, and Oda Wamne's drop.
Look at the stun!
Cosmic Binding connects! All of a sudden, Kobe stepping forward on the hunt available to him. Does he fire the trigger? No. Instead, he doesn't even need it. Malrang gets a chomp down and is subjugated by time. By the way, level 13 on this wall will cut them off. I feel like Yonghoon's distraction mitigated that engage, but it might be a little bit overreaching.
Look at Dayor right now. Dayor is just pushing top, hitting the tier 2 right now. Rogue knows they have to go for the all-in, and they sure do.
They do! They get the kill, Broxah. Flash engage from Odo, but the tower is secured top. Okay, Astralis, cross-mapping, if I can say that, the Dragon will be conceded only the second of the game. Teleport being used as well. That's another investment on the summoner spell. Charm will connect onto Lost, and that means it's not available, and Xerxes backs out. So Dragon secured, 2-2. 9,000 gold advantage for Astralis. Barrels thrown out, Trimby gets blown up. Comp is now firing on all cylinders. Chachi's going to be in trouble. Pillar of Filth comes up, Comp running for his life. Here comes Dayor. He's been able to recall. The Orb of Deception flies forward, but won't find the kills. Finally, that's one back. Rogue have got the Dragon, but they've lost 2. They're about to lose 3. They're about to lose 4. Brox, it happened again. They are chasing Astralis so hard and being punished for it.
This time around, Rogue finally found a good play in the river. They found the one.
And if you look at the minimap, there are so many bounties available for Rogue. 3,500 gold lead for Xerxes in the jungle, 2,000 in mid, 2,000 bottom, nearly 2,000 in top lane. This time around, they may be a bit more optimistic. 6,000 HP, 3,000 HP. That's it! Tempered Fate comes down. Malrang is locked in a golden statue. And I mean, that was a loss for Rogue. 3 on the trot, that's what's on the cards. Look at that, 5 members, all the carries outshining Rogue. I mean, Broxah, this is just great control from Astralis as they've got the inhibitor.
And the problem for Rogue is that they just have no way of engaging and starting fights. There's nothing they can do being in this position. Astralis just runs in. Now, the Megana is coming out, or the Amna does have flash. That is their one chance, but Astralis is also aware of that. They should be respecting. This is going to be hard for the Amna. He does go for it.
But he only got Yonghoon. None of the damage dealers, none of the carries. None of the problem solvers, but Comp is low, Trimby's low, Dayor needs to close it out. Xerxes gets the Cyclone, here comes Chachi. 1, 2, 3 fell. For a moment, it looked like it was going to work. But Astralis closed it out, and they're on the base. They've won the game.
That is pure desperation from Rogue going for that play. It's such a low chance of that working. Going all in on the support with Sivir just hitting for free from the back line. But all in all, what a horrible game from Rogue, but at the same time, such a clean snowball from Astralis.
The story of this game is simple. Rogue make a play, Astralis answer, punish, and win. Astralis take down Rogue. That was a very weird game.
I love that game on so many levels, because from a jungle perspective, seeing Xerxes take the small advantage and then continuing to snowball, build onto it for the entire game. Snowball into the mid game. We have an aggressive bot lane and we have two junglers that can look for ganks. So, for once, we have a comp, two comps, where there's been, and to be honest, first strike Lucian, Unforgiven clearly isn't too experienced seeing it, neither am I. But sometimes going for those cheesy runes can catch the opponent off guard and give you that little advantage that you need.
I love watching that as well when there's a bit of a surprise. Alyoya, level 2, he hasn't leveled up just yet. Pillar of Ice is available. Mickey's already flashed. He's locked behind the championship trophy. First blood, Unforgiven on the Draken.
But worth noting that last game we saw a Trundle level 2 gank that essentially led to Rogue losing the entire game. And now, sure, we get the level 2 gank, sure it works, we get the kill on the Draven, but now Makun is ready on the other side. He's looking for the play. He channels the Hex Flash, he goes over the wall. This is going to be a tricky one for Armut.
Heroic charge into the wall, and the kill was taken away. Not done yet. Patrick's underneath the tower, forced to flash. Ignite burning, 100 HP to go. He will survive for now.
Both junglers managed to find the play. We see Mad Lions here with the big advantage. They are losing so much on Excel's side in the bot lane. Alyoya even gets to go for the Grump here. Niski has big pressure on mid, which is a big part of why this can happen, so props for him for securing that. And now we're looking at Makun, who doesn't have flash.
Oh, he doesn't. Gold card, flash forward, chomp, Frozen Domain is up. The King Kaiser himself, Zenith blades forward, and you are not forgiven. Broxah, would you say that Mad Lions struck first?
And if we look at the gold right now, slight lead on Matt across the board, obviously with a big advantage on Unforgiven. Now, the game is in their hands and they just need to find a way to get it rolling. They push out bot and they now have options. Are they gonna look for the deep vision bot?
I mean, Finn opted into that and lost.
That was very aggressive, Finn. That was a pretty
bad, pretty pushing, pretty difficult. Makun flashes for his life. Niski goes forward. The heroic charger buys some time. Aqua Prison locks down Niski. Have Mad Lions gone too far? Stand aside as Unforgiven steps forward. Level 4. Whew, bounces back 1 for 1. But I think crucially, Patrick was the one that picked up the kill. Ebb and Flow, that's a flash forward into the Shield of Daybreak. Flash forward, not used just yet. Unforgiven keeps picking up those spinning axes. 2 kills, 2 assists for Kaiser, as Nukeduck has been able to back Enrico. Look at that damage! Oh my word.
Unforgiven though, just starts taking over that bot lane, chipping away that turret, and this is the point where we're gonna have to see Excel's shining, and with that, what are these top laners doing, Trevor? What is going on?
I don't know, it's not over yet! Broxah, what is going on in this game? Niski steps forward with the help of the rest of Mad Lions, and they manage to find another kill. So Makun dies in the jungle. Armut, I'm gonna say, donates a reply to Finn after Finn donated one to Armut. And the Aqua Prism will go up. The culling is channeled. Destiny engaged, and now all of a sudden the damage comes out. Whirling Death! Unforgiven picks up another. Alyoya gets the 8th. That is a 5,500 gold lead. All right, Nukeduck, what can you do? Shut down there as Makun picks up that onto Kaiser. Niski drops as well. Alyoya's next to fall, and ladies and gentlemen, get your ham out because we're going ham this game.
We are starting to see a bad habit here from Mad Lions. This is the second. We still see Poppy having the Herald, having 2 minutes to pop it. They're going to look for the play around Niski, and Niski has no flash available. The Poppy is going to be so strong in this scenario. Smacks him into the wall. Finn follows up. Makun tanks.
Just easy. Gold card comes out. Does he get a reply? Nope, not enough tower damage yet. Just out of range in time. Look at the top lane, though. Alyoya's going to be able to make a reply. So I like that move from Excel. Kaiser's got the solar flare available. Mickey and Patrick stepping away. By the way, Nukeduck now left alone to deal with an Eclipse, BF Sword, Greaves, Draven, with both Flash as well as Exhaust. And that Q from Mickey was gigantic. Alyoya's not done yet. Zenith Blade goes forward. No tidal wave available. And the two of them just brute force that.
This is not working out too well for Mickey. We saw it on his Janna last weekend, I think it was. The Enchanters. He's getting caught a lot. He's dying a little much, but to his credit, it is a difficult position playing into the Draven Leona as an Enchanter being this far behind. All of a sudden, we see Unforgiven in the 1v2.
Ooh, Nukeduck gets the kill. That's a big shutdown. that is a big shutdown. That trend you talked about being a little over-aggressive.
Confidence to go in because he can port into the play with Twisted Fate while Finn is stuck bottom, having no TP available. Finn is now working on the enemy red buff, looking for it, while a fight happens. Stops Trevor.
Needlework is out. Nukeduck's done well, but the reply from Armand, the dash perfect execution! It's a 1-for-1. Oh, Armand landed so...
I'm gonna be honest, with that start from Matt, I thought this would be a clean game like the one we saw just before, but this is turning into a literal fiesta at this point.
Broxah, this is the happiest of happy games that I have seen, and we've been talking a lot about both teams as the Whirling Death comes up. Mickey, no! You are not able to fight, but the turnaround, XL managing to get one back. That's another down onto Unforgiven. Yoyo stepping forward, lead backwards away. Solar Food is used perfectly. Nukeduck arrives to the fray. Finn is already down. 2 members of XL finished, another to fall. 2 for 2. And I'm going to finish this thought. We started this game by highlighting that...
For the 2-digit deaths, Trevor, he wants the 10 death power spikes. And when he gets that, it's like, you know, slowly building up for that Exodia. Now we see it again. He goes for the 8 death, secures it in just a moment, actually flashes out. No, Niski comes in, get that death. Boom, taken down, 1 step closer to the 10 deaths.
Broxah, you are so optimistic. Nukeduck joins the fray. He's now looking for a kill into Niski Unforgiven. He's going to chase Marcoon out. Marcoon's going to be able to use that steadfast presence, but does get taken down.
And unfortunately, while Mickey really wants to die some more this game, he manages to take his teammate down with him. Not ideal for XL. We see Mad Lions getting so much value from the Herald here as well. They're grouping, looking for the tier 2.
Berlin. He's now 25 kills at 24 minutes. 4 minutes without anyone dying. Baron has been started or baited. XL, where's Mickey? Number 8, that's what we're looking for. Gold card and Zenith Blade will connect. The Tidal Wave was used in the pit. The Tidal Wave whiffed. They thought that was the objective in a long range. Needlework goes out. Auto attack from Niski, tags Patrick. But I want to highlight that gold lead hasn't ballooned, and both teams have slowed down their play. Nukeduck now fancying himself a shot, challenging inside that hallowed mist, dashing forward, teleport being used. Is there enough burst? Below 300, 150, Nukeduck blows up Armand, and he gets the TP, Broxah.
They have double TP available on Finn and Nukeduck. Mad Lions is not able to go for this.
Stay on the screen, because XL are low, Tidal Wave was used once again. Mickey not finding the influence yet. Look at the vision. Great observer toggle once more. Blue trinket chucked inside the pit. There's going to be a fight. Nukeduck's going to get jumped on. Gold card comes out. Zenith Blade rooted in place. The re-engage. That's the leap forward. The counter-strike not going to be enough. Nukeduck does go over the wall. Kaiser escapes with his life. Ruffle copter to escape from Marcoon. They
lead on this Draven is absolutely ridiculous. But both teams do have pretty decent scaling. We see them looking for the play on Marcoon, but they're going very deep into the enemy jungle.
Don't chase too far, or chase too far. XL trying to turn around. No damage from the culling. That literally did nothing. Admittedly, a lot of people sidestepped. Is there a re-engage opportunity? Nukeduck stepping forward. Finn has got the teleport. Their mandate was Imperial, and Armor will pop his golden trinket. Finn, however, is about to make it to the tower. Gold card.
Here we go, that's step number 8 secured.
Number 8 on the cards. 2 away from the power spike. Thank you for Jax. I don't think we can hear it as... Yes! That was just for me. That was literally just for me. Thank you.
That is amazing.
While Finn's in the bottom lane, the rest of Mad Lions starting the Baron. Teleport coming in. Mickey's down for another 15 seconds. Marcoon is low. Has flash available to him. Kaiser goes forward. Nukeduck is chunked out. No ultimate from Unforgiven. Follow Unforgiven. Finn is locked in place. Leaps over to a ward. Flash forward from Elyoya. Chomped, snipped, cut. No needles just yet. He escapes. Finn escapes. Now, Mad Lions, do they go back to Baron?
Finn tries to be the raid boss. Goes in for the 1v5, and while being a big Jax, not quite enough at the level where he can do that yet. As a result, XL, unfortunately for them, has to give up the Baron. And Mad Lions, while playing really sloppy macro this game, does get the objective for themselves. XL on the other side get the Dragon.
I mean, second Dragon apiece is now 6k, 5k gold lead. With the ability to push those sides. Also, please keep in mind, Unforgiven is now at full build. Okay, please look at that. Full build at 32 minutes. He cannot get any stronger, theoretically.
There it is, Trevor. There it is, the moment we've been waiting for.
9.
The death number 9. We are so close.
Oh, man. Now,
Take down top turret before it falls off.
Taking a look at XP, pretty much even. junglers are about on par. I think Unforgiven, obviously 2 levels up, is one of the biggest. Is Excel going to jump onto Armut? That's immune. That's immune. Pillar of Ice comes forward. It's Mickey. That's dead. 10. Now Excel need to survive long enough. Patrick's firing out the culling, but it's only going into the minions. 2 members are down. Nobody from Mad Lions is finished. Now Broxer, they need Mickey to respawn to use this power spike. And it looks like Mad Lions are going to push forward. No more Baron buff, but they don't need it.
I am so excited right now. What Mickey is doing here is beautiful. Few players have the talent to achieve 10 deaths in a professional team, but he did it. He managed to do it, and soon they just need him to spawn so he can carry his team from here.
There's no ways you're that prophetic, Brox. Like Finn stepping all the way forward. Kaiser gets jumped on. He looks for Nuke Duck. Finn is down. Patrick flashes for his life. Here comes Mickey. Can he save the Nexus? The Nexus is being focused. A couple more shots. Armut finds the kill.
Against the
It's not enough. It's not enough. Mad Lions take down XL. The 10 death power spike will not turn it around. And look at Alyoya and Armut. They are hyped AF.
And I think it is justified to be happy, to be excited. Of course, the snowball in the bot lane wasn't the most clean of all time, but they managed to
Get them on stage. I don't know if the coach will be happy with that, but they should be on stage.
And look at it, the players respecting the coach, saying it was a coach gap all along. There it is.
That reliant on that engage, you can also better set up Aggressivo to try and find those flanks on the Gnar. But I also think that against Sivir in particular, his shield can be very effective at mitigating a lot of her pressure.
Sure.
So when you move her into the mid lane, or that opportunity to recall, whereas Xmadi has the Sheen and the Tear starting to stack up.
Syncroft was spotted here on this ward. He will recognize that he has been hit. The minion will tank up the trouble bubble as Hylissang's finally on a bit of a roam on the Nautilus. Flash over by Razork means that Nuclear's got nowhere to go, and he'll be sent to the grey screen.
So that was a really good roam from Hylissang. We expected this type of movement to come from him, and he really didn't have to do much aside from show his presence, but Fnatic want to take more.
Yeah, they want to take more. Razork now with the company of Hylissang. It's going to be a jungle support 2v2 here. Syncroft's kind of saying, all right, cool, thanks, Limit, I'm out. And he's going to try running away. His Humanoid was going to make it a bit of a 3v2 affair, but Fnatic, they get revenge for the stolen chickens, and they get themselves a little bit of a camp lead as well.
Good interrupt.
They're
going for the fight.
They're going for the full fight. Syncroft this time around, though, is being ticked down by the Ignite. Needs to be very, very careful.
Remember that Ezreal and Braum is a very difficult bot lane to really dive. So he's going to go for the Q.
Ooh. He could have.
Close.
He was getting Xmadi up to that 2-item spike.
Now, Aggressivo may have overextended here, so it's going to pop the ultimate.
Oh, no, Aggressivo. Not the time to be using your ultimate. He's not even going to use his flash. He knows he is dead to rights, and that's going to be Fnatic getting upset. A nice little kill.
Yeah, a really big blunder there from Aggressivo. He just pushed these waves in. Needs to be careful, though, because BDS is en route. I
mean, everyone's there. Razork's going to be joining as well. You will have Nuclear trying to roam up here on the Zoe, and it's kind of, again, supports and junglers trying to support each other. Limit, though, might be a little bit isolated here. The Weaver's Wall is going to come out to try and stop him from getting away, but now Humanoid's away from the rest of his team as the exhaust has to come down. The concussive blows on top of the Glacial Fissure is going to force Humanoid to flash away. You can see now Hylissang kind of left there. It's actually Upset got caught out and his health bar deleted, and that's Nuclear Inc. getting a kill. They're going to stun down as Max Matty is feeling confident as Razork now very close to going down. Nuclear Inc. finds the paddle star, and BDS punish Fnatic.
And sitting at the top, did secure that first kill, and you can see it at the scoreboard at the bottom. Does have that 1k gold lead over Nuclear Inc, but Xmadi is right behind him. He had a solid performance yesterday. Wonder looking for the play.
He is looking for the plays. We'll see them get the sleep onto him. This is the thing, the Gragas does a lot of damage, but he is very squishy in the early stages of the game. He will get blown up by a Zoe Q or even an Ezreal with enough kind of stacked up, and this is just BDS brute forcing in this bot self away a little bit from it, but you can see Fnatic, they're not willing to let this one go because it would mean priority in that mid lane for this third dragon. And here we go, full fight going to happen right on the back fight of this Herald fight kind of coming in. The good hammer to keep them away. The Braum has gone down. Aggressivo can't do much against Wonder. That Shelly's still going, and they're going to have some decent bursts on the Razork. He does have the flash after using the smite for some extra health. Then they get flash on the bat. It's so scrappy, so all over the place. But Fnatic are the ones coming out on top.
very scrappy fight from BDS. Fnatic was primarily...
About half health before this dragon spawns in 30 seconds, but Xmati is very big. 2 item spike, the Essence Reaver and the Muramana. Massive moment here for the Ezreal, especially when you're looking at a Sivir on the other side.
And look, BDS is actually first in the river. This makes it very hard for Fnatic to approach. Oh, unless they do that.
Unless you get caught out. These flicks from Humanoid have been fantastic. There's going to be the ultimate from the Sivir to try and speed everyone up. Shelly will be able to get the belly move off, and another flick back means that Nuclear Int is dead. That's a double kill coming out now for Wonder. Fnatic, they're building that momentum we talked about. They're building up some movement to try and make sure this game can be a win for them, and they're starting to get some good results from the play.
Fnatic are finding pick position. Forcing Fnatic to walk into them was the best way to utilize their poke, but Humanoid with a really good...
And in Europe domestically, it is just expected that they will be there at the top, especially now that Europe has 4 seeds. But here we go, Fnatic looking to try and make the mark in this fight. Limit's been isolated away from his team, and rocks are better than ice.
That they are. Fnatic find themselves another pick. They forced Xmati off the play, and now they're looking to siege onto this mid-tier 2. They have the dragon spawn in a minute's time as well, but Fnatic can secure it afterwards.
Yep, they get the tier 2. That's going to open up more of this side lanes. You know, the reason why the mid lane tier 1 and tier 2 are so important.
It's just a big nerf to Zoe. Less walls means it's harder to land bubbles, and especially contesting around this vision space is super hard. But BDS find themselves in the river once more, but a choke point for Razork.
And I do have a little bit of a choke point, but Razork happy to pop down the pillar of ice and back himself away. The flick back, not quite there. Syncrop jumps straight on the Humanoid with a pixel perfect cleanse right off the back of it. A Nuclear End. He is not having a fun time in this series right now. He is just getting absolutely bopped about the place. Razork not quite done with the fight yet. Syncrop could go for a steal. Razork's very, very low. Needs to be very careful. Wonder gets yeeted across the map as Fnatic's Humanoid tries to just kind of do the damage. The TP from Wonder on the backside of this one, though, will definitely be a bit of a surprise for BDS. The Dragons reset. Aggressivo flashes immediately. Limit and Syncrop are running for the hills. It's a double kill for the side of the Sivir. Everyone is falling to the wayside. I think BDS, that could have been your last chance saloon.
BDS get wiped off the map as Fnatic secured themselves an ace and a dragon. The Baron is free for the taking as well, and Fnatic look to take a convincing win to end their losing streak.
The crowd are hyped, Fnatic are feeling good, and they're feeling good, and honestly, I gotta say, it's been off the back of basically everyone just stepping up. Everyone has been where they needed to be, playing much better, and yes, it was scrappy right at the start, but in that last team fight, which has honestly been a bit of a crux for the side of Fnatic, the life of BDS, it's fading fast, Betty.
It certainly is. They will be eliminated from playoffs. They will not have an opportunity to compete with the best that Euros has to offer. It's been a difficult season for BDS, but Fnatic, they do not care. They want to bounce back. They want to secure themselves a win. And with the Nexus in their eyes, they're looking to end the game right here, right now.
And you've got Aggressivo trying to come back to his team, but you've already lost 2 of your inhibitors. Your base
or not is starting to stack up. Fnatic only need to be patient.
Be patient, and what you have built up shall be yours. There's going to be Aggressivo using his ultimate defensively, and the Glacial Fissure as well coming out here from BDS, so not quite able to get those big engage ultimates out for themselves. The Nexus being pounded right now. They're being pulled left, right, and center. They need to make a decision, Betty.
Things are just falling apart for BDS. All 3 inhibitors have now dropped. Fnatic, will they look to disengage? Nope, they're going to fight.
They're going in again. Aggressivo gets flicked back as well. Wonder has found Xmati, but Xmati flashes away. Humanoid, though, does not want him to live. Aggressivo has already fallen. Xmati trying to see if he can dodge this one out, but that is not going to be possible there. The Talia is just too damn strong. And finally, Fnatic will find themselves a win and go 1-1 in this week and start to bring themselves back into playoff contention.
Needed win for Fnatic after what has been a difficult few weeks. They needed to get themselves back in winning ways. And while a win against BDS is expected, it could be the start of the comeback for Fnatic. They need these wins with only 5 games left of the regular season. They need to be securing these victories, especially against teams that they are expected to beat. But of course, that does mean that with Fnatic's victory, if you're coming into him, I like what Vitality have drafted here. I think that more and more we're seeing a greater sense of direction with their drafting, which is something that they really struggled with in the first half of the split. And I also think this comp is just very easy to play. You have a strong mid-jungle.
Great level 1 here as the Nautilus, so they're going to try and work their way around. You can see them creeping in, flash forward, gets the Glacial Augment down. Karzi with the handshake though from Labrov keeps the Viego away. They do land a little bit of CC. Flash from Labrov keeps him
give the opportunity for Haru to secure another Scuttle Crab. So hang on, I say that. Labrov actually looking for a dive in mid lane.
Charmed and disarmed in the mid lane there as Perks does get a decent bit of damage. Caps trying to see if he can flick back Haru, who flashes away after tanking up actually nothing whatsoever. They're just toying with him underneath the tower. Labrov finally comes in and gets that one.
And handed the kill over to Perks. Now, Perks is looking for a roam up towards top.
Yeah, doesn't have ult, but doesn't need it. Broken Blade so far pushed up here, does land the flawless duet. That doesn't mean, though, you do not have yourself a stun to try and stop this one here. I think Broken Blade knows it. He's probably almost certainly going to be going down. You need to be careful, though. Still need to land some of these abilities here as Perks still has got himself a little bit of movement speed there with the W. Lands the flawless duet. Flash in. They're going to try and get him down. He's trying to turn it back. They had to use a lot more time, but Vitality get their man.
So definitely a bit
forfeit this first dragon.
But credit to Vitality. Yesterday we praised them for their strong early game, and we're seeing it once again today. They have advantages top, they have advantages mid, and the bot lane is going.
Being kind of skirmishes or even just advantages for yourself, playing smart. You can see Broken Blade. Are we very aware that he has no vision?
Broken Blade, no flash, remember. Oh, good pillar.
Good, very good pillar. Alfari has not used the ultimate just yet, though. As you can see, Broken Blade being slowed down, nowhere to go, and he is going to be taken out, donated to the Alfari top lane trust fund.
Yeah, it was just really well.
Tabbing out.
Oh, have you seen the meme? Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a great meme.
But now the health bar of this top tower is low enough that Vitality is committing this Herald, and we talked about this, trying to continue shutting this Irelia down. G2 have sent members to respond. Here comes Caps with the ult.
Yeah, they're going to try and make this one work with the Weaver as well. The Herald does get popped down, but you can see now already the damage coming in. Alfari forced to use ultimate. There's a hostile takeover, but a 4-man knockup here from Targarus' ultimate means that Vitality are a little bit scattered. They can't fully commit to the tower just yet, but they have a minion wave. It finally falls down, so now your security is gone. G2, Targarus running away from Haru, who eventually says, right, you live for another day. You've got 3 members up here. Blackish is not even joining it. He's PvEs. This is going to be a 5v4 at best here for G2. These health bars are going low, and Broken Blade is getting stacked up. They're going to try and go in. The bailout's not good enough. There's Haru following, and finally Broken Blade goes down into 2-for-1 trade. Not quite able to get the execution with the Heartbreaker. Caps goes golden, but it's only to delay the inevitable. A double kill comes in for Labrov.
And Vitality find themselves with 7 kills at 12.5 minutes. Let's see if G2 can bounce back, though. Of course, Flackhead has been happily farming. He has secured himself the Kraken Slayer, and he's going to now be one of the primary win conditions for G2.
Targarus goes in, but the rest of G2 were not ready. Nope. And that's just going to be a very easy kill donated over to Perks.
They hand that right over to him. He TP's in just this kind of deficit. It's Vitality's game to lose, but I've seen bigger throws before.
Absolutely. I've seen bigger throws this weekend coming in as we see Shelly finally get to come in onto the mid lane, but there's going to be a fight off onto the side here, so Alfari's going to have to try and bounce away. As we can see now, Haru a little bit separated. The hostile takeover only going to land really onto Yankos, and they're going to be able to try and take down Alfari as well. While this is happening, though, you do have Perks who TP'd in for that kill on top side, kind of just pushing in. Shutdown does go over, though, to G2, and Shelly gets to do 2 head bops. And that keeps her happy and safe. Well, not safe, she's dead.
Does get charmed.
Well, speaking of another person going to be dead there, you can see now Perks trying to see if he can make this one work, but Caps, good flash over the wall, but you got so much mobility here on the Ahri. So difficult to get away once they actually land the CC.
Perks able to kill his former teammate. I was worried. The Ahri into Talia matchup can be difficult because of that stun, but you saw Perks dash through the stun and say, I don't care, my teammates are on their way.
Around this dragon, this is a big moment here for Vitality. Put yourself on sole point at 20 minutes in the game could be huge. Here we go, Yankos, as a top 2 team to maybe even contest the likes of the Mad Lions later on in the split. We can see Alfari now trying to catch out Targarus, because guess what? He's got a red buff, so not only is he fast, but he's slowing you down. You're gonna flash. Are you gonna stay alive? Oh no!
No G2 members are really in a position to contest. This isn't the fastest Baron ever, and G2 should know that this is going on. G2 need to clear out these waves. The Irelia is on the way.
It's going to try and take a little bit of a damage there. As we can see, Yankos got onto the back of the pit. Now Vitality
whoa.
They don't know where they need to go. You can see them, they're scattered. They're kind of making this one. Labrov flashes over. Haru tries to kill him off as well, but we can see Caps is already dead. Flackett now trying to be the carry here as he shotguns himself onto the backside. Perks, though, has got so much mobility. It's so difficult. Yankos has been exhausted, and Perks picks up a double. The hostile takeover is good, but not good enough to try and keep Vitality in this fight. Flacket, you are the man. You have to be the reason G2 stay in this, but there's just too much in Vitality's wallet, and they are slapping them down with the money.
G2 just gets wiped off the map once again, and Vitality will make their way straight back towards the Baron. A dominant performance only continues to grow from Vitality as they will lock down the Baron and look to secure a big win over G2.
Let's have a look. This is a Red Bull Baron power play that is doing well, but not as well as you would expect for a team that is 10,000 gold ahead. As we can see, Dragon spawning in 16 seconds. They want to try and go for it, but Haru's been caught. You can see Caps now trying to make this one work, but he's just deleted. Little bit of CC and he's got nowhere to go. Flacket going in 1v1 against Alfari. Mini as well. Haru kind of putting himself as well behind the pit to make sure they can secure this one, because they don't even need the smite right now, because if they can just keep Jankos away, they can just burn it down and get themselves a Hex Soul regardless. So G2, do you try and go for a Hail Mary? They jump onto Labrov, who flashes away. He will end up going down. No, he won't, because he's got the bailout. And this is Vitality slaughtering G2. There's nothing to be done. G2 have been routed and thoroughly spanked in this game.
Vitality dominate the fight once again. 17 kills to 2, 12k the gold lead. An absolute stomp from Vitality as they look to move into tied second place.
Pretty sure that's the first, or maybe even the second Weaver's Wall I've seen from Caps all game. He has been muted, invisible to the entirety of this game, and right now he's the only one standing between Vitality and a win against G2. It will take down Labrov, the big shutdown going over to the side of Caps, but is it enough? Your base is in tatters. It won't be the end of the game just yet, but it is so difficult for G2 to get back into this. They need to try and find a fight now where they're in a 5v4.
They're going to try and chase down Vitality, see if they can get anything back, but Vitality is more than ready to fight.
You've got the Hex Soul. You're just going to be able to trickle them down. The seismic shove, not good enough. Targamas just getting a little bit of damage, and the funny thing is, you don't even have to get
5. He is looking to end this game deathless, as he will get a big win over his former team.
Cap's going to be able to cleanse there. Perks goes golden with the Zhonya's. We can see now Haru trying to keep everybody away. They do get down Targamas, but not quite able to get the Heartbreaker down. It's going to be G2 breaking their own hearts. Everyone is going to fall. Nobody will die on the side of Vitality, and G2 have been beaten, bruised, and Vitality will stand victorious as they take down the MSI representatives.
Vitality with a monumental win will move to 8 wins. They will move into second place and they will shut down G2. A big smile on the face of Perks. A dominant early game into a clean close. Vitality can be happy with a performance like that.
And honestly, Vitality can be so happy with this whole weekend. It was clean, it was concise, it was just completely